right, so we're back at it. We're gonna jump right in. Big warning here on pretty much 90%, I would say, of altcoins are have about daily bearish divergence over the last. Let's take a look here. Um, 30 days, a little over 30 days. We've been developing this since back here, so almost 40 days. This has been developing, and we had some bear div here. We dropped, and then we bounced off the middle of our RSI zone, and we came back up, created another higher high, and the RSI is still has made another lower low, so that's been doing the opposite, and we've came up to this 25K range that we've been talking about. And we made a video on the weekly a couple days ago about the 200 and the 50 EMA that are also right here on the weekly. So this is Bitcoin. So I'm expecting one or two things. The way this RSI is looking, we're in a downtrend, but price action is in an uptrend. So it's doing the opposite. That's divergence. So that's saying that we're going to have a nice drop. That's going to probably surprise everybody. On the flip side, you want to wait. Me personally, I'm waiting to get some closes and to flip this as support first if we don't get this large correction. I'm weighing more towards a nice correction, and we can go to Ethereum. I mean, you pretty much have the same thing. Since back here, you've been creating higher highs, and since back here you've been creating lower highs, as you can see on the RSI. So we need to break this downtrend on the RSI, and we need to get this price action to close above this level. Now it looked like we were going to go to this 1800 level, and we kind of missed it. So it's not looking too great. The risk to reward is not there for me. So I'm going to just be patient, and I'm going to wait for the next swing trade to set up for me. And we can go to Solana. And Solana is a very similar story. We had this resistance here at $26.50, $25 zone. And you can see that we cannot get above that. So we also have this 200 EMA sitting right here that is going to be very tough to just crack and hold above that on the first try. And if this thing does get bullish, we want to see this. I mean, if you're holding and you don't really care, we could hit this $32. I'm just looking to see how this RSI plays out first. And we can go to AVAX. You can see we have the bearish div right here. We dropped, and then we ran up. And a lot of times what happens after bearish divergence, you follow up with price action, lower low, and you follow up with RSI makes a lower low as well. So those are a few ways. Sometimes RSI will give you a triple divergence in price, and that's kind of what we see on Bitcoin. On some of these other coins like AVAX, we have the regular divergence into a lower as at the moment. Same thing here with NEAR. You can see that this has been trending down, and even recently we kind of double topped with this previous one here on RSI, but price action made a higher high, so that then again there is bearish divergence. So you want to watch this. I thought we would get up to here. This was my target, this $3 level and this 0.5, but we missed it here. We came down and we tried to run again, and it's not looking like it wants to hit that. But this 0.5 is my target at some point in the near future over the next couple of weeks. So either we're going to hit that, or we're going to get our pullback and then work our way back up to that. So I'm looking for a pullback across the board to get in on any longer term holds at the moment. Same thing with Cardano. You see this RSI is trending down. You got price action trending up, and we hit this 200 here, clean resistance, and that's why we didn't come up to this 382, because we had the clean resistance there. Move this up. These kind of give you some levels on the downside, and you see we over here we hit the 382 to the money off this long move. 382, ran it back up, so that was a nice move. And Litecoin, same thing. You see we got these lower highs and you got these higher highs. So we're doing the opposite. Aptos is finally looking like we created our high. We created our lower high, and this was our low, previous low, and it looks like we're gonna make a lower low on this, which is nice. So that will probably end up hitting this $11.73, and potentially we might even get to this golden pocket. So these levels are still valid. I made a video on this probably a week or two ago, back when we are up here, on how we could come to the 21, pop up, hit here, come back down. We drew this level, we came back up, hit this, and now we're transitioning back down. So this is kind of what we anticipated. This was really overextended here on the RSI. So now we're just waiting for a nice 50% and 618 retrace for the next levels for a bounce. So that's still valid. These things take time. H-bar, pretty much the same thing. But we are holding support right here, so we could potentially get a pop on this. Harmony, that is we got the lower low. It's not as clean as the other ones as far as like the divergence here that we have flowing. Let's see, I think Crow, yeah, see this one, same thing. We made that higher high, and price action is just failing here with the RSI. See what we got for Matic. So Matic, we were short here at $1.52, and this has played out very nice. And you could see that we hit a major resistance and we were starting to come down. And then today, we finally came down a little bit more, but we've been red. We've been trending down a little bit here on the smaller time frames. And today, some news came out that they laid off some employees and stuff, but it was already in the charts. So if you were just paying attention to the charts, support and resistance, we were already short on this prior to that news coming out. So sometimes the news is kind of not really relevant. Just focus on the charts, and you know, the news can just be, oh, it's dumped today because of the news, but we hit resistance and started to come down 3 days prior. So, you know, you could argue that as well. ICP, really nice divergence here, and we've just been trending up there. So we could easily pop and play around here on these, you know, candles. You know, we could play around easily. So you don't want to get caught up in the day-to-day stuff. And if you are going to do the day-to-day stuff, you want to just keep in mind that we are potentially due any day now for a bigger correction. So if you're on the hourly, you're on the 15 5-minute, just keep it to those time frames. Get in and get out, you know, and don't end up switching it to a bigger move. You know, stick to the smaller time frames, because that's kind of what you want to do right now. We could go, let's see here. What else do we have? I mean, pretty much everything is like that. Dogecoin, hanging on by a thread. We might end up coming down. This was looking real good right here. I made a video about this. This was trending really nice, and then we broke down and came down to this base right here, this might end up coming down and potentially breaking that and getting, depending on when and where, getting some support here would be the next play on that. So that's what I got for Dogecoin. Shiba performed really well compared to Dogecoin on those time frames. Shiba broke out, Dogecoin didn't. For Shiba, this is, I mean, you have your divergence here. We dropped, and then we, looks like we are potentially creating that lower low, and we also got into RSI, so that usually happens after bearish divergence. So let's see what else we got here. What else should we look at? Stacks. This was one that we got in right here at this 30-cent level, and we were expecting this to run pretty hard, and I ended up taking profit at this 0.5 fib level. Let's see what that ended up being. So 169% move, and that was really just based on some technicals here, this technical level, and the Bitcoin orders, and that there was a lot of back here hype going around that, and this ended up ripping. So that was a nice move. This could potentially go higher, but these are your levels here. So if we do close and break above this, 618's next, pull back, this is the next level. You know, we caught a little trade off this, just 382 and got out of that as well. Let's see what else. Not really watching. So this is your trend line for ApeCoin. Blur is one. I think this is going to end up dropping a little bit more. So I got my eye on this. And this popped down here earlier today and ran it back up. So these are good levels if you're day trading and stuff to look at. We even got another level here and a level here. So in here, I'll mark these out. So we got this level, and this level. So those are pretty much your levels, depending on your time frames and stuff you're using. All right, and then this is dumping off. So we've got the same thing, RSI, it's been trending up. So yeah, across the board, I'm looking for some nice pullbacks, definitely. So hope that helps. Some of these other coins, I mean, these things have ran up massively. I wouldn't be touching them right now. Let's see what else we got. Quant. This is looking like, let's clear this out here. This is looking like we're gonna end up pulling back potentially. But the key level here is this $130. And we can place a zone here, a little bit above, a little bit below. This is the key level you need to watch for quant. And RSI trending down, price action has made a high and a lower high as of right now, and this is our base. So if we break and close below this, you want to watch for that retest and continuation down to these other levels to look to get long. And then we can also draw a Fibonacci here. Let's see, let's put our magnet back on. So exactly, our 50% level lines up with this zone. So you know that's a strong level. So that's the level you really want to see hold. And it looks like we're going to retest it again. And then we got this 618, 706, which line up pretty decently to these levels we pre-marked prior to that. So that's what I would watch for on quant. If you are looking for any other coins, anything in particular, you want some deeper analysis on any one coin, leave it in the comments. I'll check it out, make a video on it, on a trading perspective, investment perspective, whatever you're looking for. Hope that helps. Let me know. Thanks.